Hello, welcome to Lee's Lighthouse. I'm LeighFelton, and this is a channel where we primarily talk about authentic leadership and what does it take to bring your personal best to work, home, wherever you are. What does it mean to unmask and represent yourself as you truly are? And I always say, when we unmask and we can actually put forward our authentic self, that's that's when we actually drive innovation and creativity. And that's when we actually can change and evolve the world where people really do appreciate uniqueness and are inclusive of all different types of perspectives, people, and lived experiences. But today, we're not talking about authentic leadership. Well, not in a necessarily direct way. You're going to have to connect and weave the dots a little bit on your own. Today, we're talking about something that is absolutely unavoidable. If you're watching this channel right now, that means you have access to technology, you have access to the internet, and you're using it, which means you have probably heard of ChatGPT. You've probably heard, or maybe you haven't heard of it, but have seen it somewhere, this thing called generative AI. That's what we're talking about today. And the fact that ChatGPT is not your friend. Now, you may ask yourself, how is this person who talks about all kinds of cheesy and socio issues and authentic leadership, how is this person possibly going to give me any insight or information into generative AI or natural language processing models or chat gpt? Well, for just in case you didn't know, my background is actually in leading and developing programs for ethical and responsible AI technologies, systems, processes, and teams across organizations. And so I've been involved in really the initiative around responsible and ethical AI for the last 7 years. And it is close to my heart. It is what really reinvigorated me, actually, in technology to put on my hat and just start caring so deeply about people and technology equity and the impact these technologies can have to our communities. And so that's when I talk about ChatGPT not being your friend. That's what I'm talking about. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love and use ChatGPT, but it's not in it to help me. Remember that. It's not in it. The content that you're getting back, it's not there to help you. It's there, it's a program. It, not he, not she, not they. It is a program designed to pull vast amounts of data and put it in a formation that can be creative and add the necessary content that you need as a base level of whatever it is that you're trying to create or trying to write or trying to find out. It is not generating authentic, unique content. So when I say it's not your friend, it doesn't mean that it's something that's evil or it's something that's bad. Absolutely not. I truly love the product. ChatGPT itself comes from OpenAI. And so there's lots of generative AI products out there. The one that has hit, that has hit the internet, that has hit, public and society in droves is ChatGPT because it is the most conversational experience with generative AI. And really, even though I don't say, AI is necessarily creative, really it provides creative intelligence in the content that it produces. But one of the reasons it's not your friend is because it can get you in trouble. If you're using ChatGPT to write your papers for school, to write papers and certain things for work, know that sometimes this program, this model, it's not a program, but this model is pulling back large quantities of somebody else's work. You know that word plagiarism? So you can, if you're not careful and you're not actually using ChatGPT as just a foundation in order for you to be creative and to change and to modify and to put your own unique voice, your own unique style, your own unique creative presentation. If you're not doing that in the content that you're bringing back, be very careful because you actually could be in a very direct way copying someone else's work. The other thing, inaccuracy. Inaccuracy, big time. Um, as I had said before, I mean, there's many, many things that I love about ChatGPT, but you can't always trust it that it's telling you the truth. It's taking what they call large language models. And so just imagine every word and phrase and sentence of content that has been published on the internet. You know, it's not really that big, but it's substantive. So imagine all of that content being processed and being able to spit out real quickly, synthesis of what it is that you're searching for or what it is that you're looking for. In a way, that's what ChatGPT is doing for you. It's going out there and it's consolidating all of this data that it's been trained and fed on, and it's consolidating into something that, based on what you've queried, it's consolidating in a response and an answer based on that. It doesn't know if it's right or wrong. It's just giving you content based on what it was trained on. And how many of us would wholly, solely trust everything we read on the internet as fact? Not me. And I hope not you either. So you have to double check the accuracy. You use it as a source, and I would never cite, actually, in a paper I was doing, I would never cite Chat GPT as my source, but maybe I'm wrong there. You let me know if that's something that you feel completely comfortable doing, and you'll put that on a school paper, on a work paper. I'm citing, my source is Chat GPT because it's not necessarily trustworthy at this time. It's just uh it's a recommendation, and you have to treat it as such. You have to treat it as a recommendation, not a finality. It is not giving you back a final stamp that this is exactly what I say it is. You have to check that. Yeah, you have to check that yourself, and you have to follow up and you have to research. I hear quite frequently is things like Chat GPT. Gosh, we're not going to have writers anymore. We're not, is the chief of staff role going away because of Chat GPT? Heck no, is my answer, because the content that it comes back with, it cannot pull from the experience and the intelligence and the creativity and the know-how and the voice and the experiences and structure of what expertise that humans bring to the table. It can write a very bland, you know, semi-correct, interesting, even, essay or speech or contract. It can do that, but it doesn't have the expertise that you have in knowing what that particular topic and subject means to you, and being able to integrate your human thoughts and approach into that writing. So, again, ChatGPT, love you. I use you. I do a lot of research with it, but I also use it as one data source, not as the data source. And I would just highly encourage everyone who is using it, or if you're not using it, try it out. Give it a shot. It's great. But everyone who's using it, use it as a data source. But don't forget your beautiful, imaginative, creative genius that you own and only you own. Again, thank you so much for tuning into Lee's Lighthouse. I hope this conversation has been interesting, maybe enlightening. Would love to hear from you if there's any topics that you want to hear from me about. Until next time, take care. I'll see you then.